Doing well. I wanted to come in and say hi to you. We are going to do a Q&A tonight to get ready for July 7th. That's when we're going to begin the next Black Wealth Bootcamp. And the next Black Wealth Bootcamp is going to focus on generating consistent income from selling stock options. And so as you guys come into the chat, I don't know how many of you have already signed up versus how many of you are just here because you'd like to ask questions. Just so you know, the purpose of this short gathering, which I won't keep you long, is to answer any questions you may have, but also to ask you guys what you'd like to cover during the class. I already have some things I plan to cover. I'm going to tell you what I plan to cover. And then I'd like to ask you all if there's, if there's anything within reason you'd like for us to cover over the 4 weeks. I can see about adding that into the curriculum. Also, I could just answer any questions you may have about signing up and stuff like that. So, and also why it was really wise of you to sign up for this program, because, the first thing I'll say is, hey, Michael Watkins, how are you? The first thing I'll say is that selling call options is something that is not really talked about as an investment strategy, but it's actually my favorite strategy. I like it better than owning stock, actually, because I'm not a greedy investor. I'm just an investor that wants to make my money and keep it moving. I like consistent income. I don't like necessarily, always rolling the dice or betting everything and stuff like that. So that's what this is for. This is for those investors that kind of want that balance. And the other thing too is, as a person who studied financial theory at a high level, I can tell you that a lot of the stuff that I see out here online in terms of advice people are getting, it's just bad advice. It's really terrible information, and it doesn't fit the theory. If you go back and look at the research papers, a lot of the research papers don't support some of what people are saying, and it's created kind of a weird gambling culture. And I'm not here to gamble with you. I'm here to not teach you how to be the gambler, but I want to show you how to be the house, and the house doesn't lose. So it doesn't mean that anything's guaranteed. I'm not saying that everything's going to be perfect. I'm not saying there won't be volatility, but I've actually gone through this whole procedure very carefully to make sure I minimize the volatility and maximize the consistency in terms of the income you receive and stuff like that. So you can put your question in the Q&A section so I can make sure I see it. And also I'll look into the chat and I see Dr. Kim from Cincinnati, and Larry Brown. How are you? Good to see you. All right, so let's see here. I'm just coming in with the Class B Live. Yes, so starting July 7th, we're going to have our live sessions every Thursday night for 4 weeks. And in those 4 weeks, I'm going to show you the procedure. It's literally Dr. Boyce patented. You won't find this anywhere else. This is something I put together because this is really actually goes back. I taught stock options when I was at Syracuse University. And also before that, I studied it extensively, at a high theoretical level back when I was in getting my doctorate. And I remembered some stuff from back then. And I said, I think this might actually work. So I tried it out and I told my wife about it, and it was working. And I got really excited. But I said, I don't want to teach this to anybody yet, because I want to make sure that I try it on myself first. That way I can find out where the vulnerabilities are, where the warning signs are, things you got to kind of watch out for. And I finally got to the point where I felt stable and comfortable enough with the process that two things: one, I could explain it in a simple way, and two, I could tell you, okay, watch out for this, look out for that, because it's just like being in a lab. Sometimes things blow up, and you're like, okay, what happened here? so I figured out some things, and now it's ready to go. But I started actually talking to my wife about this back in 2020. And my brother was like, oh, maybe you should teach it. And I was like, I don't know. I'm not ready yet. I'm going to wait until I feel comfortable. So now I'm ready to go. And I'm going to teach it one time. And that's going to be it. One thing I want you to know also is that if you log in, actually the URL I'm going to redirect to the class will be drboyceprime.com. Prime stands for Passive Recurring Income Machine. Passive Recurring Income Machine. So drboyceprime.com is going to be the URL. And you log in there. And if you're ready to get started now, like if there's things you want to do and you're antsy and you already paid and you to join the class and you're kind of looking for something to do, just know that we stacked it up with a lot of bonuses in there. My whole stock options masterclass is already there. So in fact, it's good if you can go through some of that material in advance, because I really would love it if you guys, for those of you that can get some sort of basic familiarity with the difference between calls and puts, some of the terminology, like what is the strike price. We're going to cover all of that, but the key, the crux, the main thing I'm going to show you is how to generate the income on the sell side, which requires us to sort of go through those basics first. Okay. What's the website? It's Terry, it's going to be drboyceprime.com. I actually have the domain. I just haven't linked it to the page yet. So it should be linked sometime tonight. And so let me hop in and answer some of your questions. I want to be fully transparent on the class in terms of making sure that you guys know exactly what you're going to get. Everything that you receive is yours for life. We're going to close the enrollment around the 5th. And so after the 5th, I'm not going to let anybody else in because we already got actually probably too many students. I only wanted maybe 100 or 150, but I think we got 400 or 500 of you or something like that. So pretty soon I'm going to shut it down. So if you'd like to still join, I'll sell you the link. So let's see here. All right. So if you have specific questions that will be answered during the class, I'm not going to go into all the weeds of covered calls and all that because I don't want to go over anybody's head yet because we have to get in class and I can explain the basics. But I will answer questions about the course and about the program and how it's going to work and what you're going to learn and stuff like that. And put your question in the Q&A section. That way I can see it. Okay, so hey, Rael, how are you? Let's see. Tarek says, how long are the classes? Like an hour? I'd say about 60 to 90 minutes. That's usually enough time. And then after about 90 minutes, everybody's brain is turned into concrete and it's time to go home and kind of practice things. Is there a minimum amount of funds you suggest we have to make for this to be viable? Well, in order for you to apply it, to sell an option, you have to own 100, or even to buy, you have to own 100 shares of the stock. So if you say have a $7 stock, it would require about $700 to invest. Now the more money you have, the easier it is to do because you can buy higher price stocks and riskier stocks and different kinds of stocks. One thing that I included as a bonus in the class is access to a training series I put together on how to form a family investment club. And I based it on, what our family does. Our family, we pool our money together. So if you pool your money together, it's much easier to execute the process than it is to do it individually. Although some of you I know are going to do it as individuals, but I can tell you, I do that with my family. My family members that I really want to work with and talk to, I invite them in and I say, hey, why don't we put our money together? Because here's this way we can all have more income every week. And so that's what we do. And I wouldn't even talk to you guys about any of this if I wasn't doing this myself. So this is not theory, this is actual practice, and it's straightforward implementation. Terry says, I'm a beginner in the stock market. I haven't learned stock options. I'm a dividend investor. It's your course for beginners. You can do it as a beginner, but I also suggest that over time, you continuously learn more and more about stock market dynamics and how it works. But I will show you specifically step by step exactly how to go in and execute the strategy. But one thing that is important is you have to understand that if you think about it like Batman and Robin, the stock is Batman, options are like Robin, right? Or if you think about mother and child, the stock is the parent. The options are the child. The child reacts to the parent. Options are different from stock because options are a derivative security. Derivative means that the value of an option derives itself from the value of the stock. Okay, so ultimately, it's like if you think about it like the solar system, the way the sun moves, that determines how all the planets move, and that's why options present a unique opportunity to make extra money, but also to calibrate. You can expand or you can increase the amount of risk that you're taking based on what you're trying to do. So what happens is that a lot of people are buying stock options because it's like a drug. It's like a financial drug. It kind of gives an extra high, an extra kick to your portfolio. You can make a lot of money really fast, but you can also lose a lot of money really fast. So I don't get on that side. I don't really do that. I'm not a greedy investor. I don't want to lose all my money. I don't want to do anything crazy. I'm more on the slightly conservative side financially, where I like to remove my risk and get my income. I don't need to make all the money. I just want to make my share, and that's it. Is there a recommended broker to fund an account? I'm going to use the examples I'm going to use are going to come out of E-Trade and Robinhood. I'm going to use Robinhood and E-Trade, although you can apply this to Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, etc. So Robinhood and E-Trade tend to work best. If you can get a margin account on one of those spaces, that's even better. Let's see here. Dina says, Dr. Boyce, I'm looking forward to learning how to make passive income with call options. Will there be a group option to meet after the training to continue helping students with the writing the calls? That's a good idea. I haven't incorporated anything like that, but sure, absolutely. I don't have any problem with that. I can see the idea of us, getting together as a group at some point, maybe meeting in person. I know people like to sometimes get training directly, and also a Facebook group. I think that would be a good idea. So let me write that down. Is it possible to get the 48% off considering I didn't get the email because I'm located in Australia? Huh. Okay. Okay. Hmm, wow. Yeah, I'm sorry that you didn't get the. How about this? The 48% discount, I can't get that one, but I can get you 25% off. So let me share the link for 25% um, right here in the chat. And yeah, so for those of you that haven't signed up yet, that's probably the best discount I could do without undermining the integrity of the original sale. And in this particular case, because the course was so super oversold and so many of you wanted to sign up, we really, my team's gonna get mad at me for letting more people in, but there's the link. So feel free to use that link right there, or you can actually just go to that page, and the code is June 27th. That's the discount code. So that gives you 25% off. We can't do the original 48 for 48, but we can do the 25%. All right, so the link, let's see. You know what? You can't see the link because I put it in the wrong way. Let me put it in here again. Sorry about that. Let me do it again. Let me know if you can see it this time. Let's see. Hold on. All right, put it in the chat. All right. Okay, everyone. All right, there we go. Okay, you'll see it in 3, 2. There you go. All right, so there's the link. So, and I'll keep it around, and I'll share it again a little bit later. All right, perfect. Thanks, Donna. Thanks for telling me. Let's see, Pamela. I'm new to investing, learning from you and your team, but I would like to know how much to invest in these companies. Yeah, Pamela. Well, I'll give you some thoughts in terms of what you can do with different amounts of money. I think the more the better, but also remember that when you invest in stocks, you don't want to just do stocks. A healthy portfolio is where you do some stocks, you do some real estate, you do a little bit of crypto, you maybe have a little business on the side or something like that. And then even within the stocks, you want to be spread out. The key idea is that you spread your money out so that there's not one thing that can come and destroy you financially. You don't want to be in that position. You want financial security. Security means covering your back on all the different angles, right? Covering every exit in the building, and not just sort of piling everything in one space. Okay, so you want to minimize your vulnerability. This is one of many strategies you can use. For me, what happens is I have different portfolios. I have my long-term retirement, not going to touch the money till I'm 70 portfolio. I have my medium term, like I might sell the stock in the next 3 to 5 years if I want to go buy a house or something like that. I have my fund portfolio where I buy some risky stuff. I buy some crypto and some speculative stuff, and then I have my income generating portfolio that actually gives me the money I use to pay the bills and send money to my wife if she wants me to pay down the credit card or something like that. So that's a strategy. And I'll lay that out during the class and show you exactly how that works and everything. What is better for a new investor? Asked Ben. Stock options or forex? Heard good things about both. I'm gonna tell you the forex market is a little tough because the forex market, it's not to say that that's bad. We have a great forex instructor with the Black Business School named Courtney Logan. He has a great program. If you're interested, just go to theblackbusinessschool.com and you can take a look. I think that forex is tough because forex is what they call a zero-sum game. That means that when you win, somebody else is losing. And options, I don't think as a zero-sum game. There are weeks where I sell my calls and the stock shoots through the roof. I make money and the person on the other side makes money because the economy is making money. I don't feel like option or forex operates in the same way. There's also a lot of new language that you have to learn, just a whole new process that you kind of have to understand. It's a fun market because it's active and it's 24 hours a day. It's the biggest market in the world, very liquid, but it's not my favorite. It's not a place I go where I say, yeah, that's exactly where I'm going to make my money. Forex is kind of a place where you're like, I might make money, I might not. But when I sell my calls, I always make money. I have never, ever sold a call option without making money. Selling a call is like selling a pair of sneakers. If I sell my sneakers, I'm going to get paid for those sneakers, right? Do you understand? And we'll get into that more in class, but that's the reason why I really think this is a fun strategy for some of you that are looking for ways to generate income, especially in a market like this. Right now, your biggest problem is that your stock market is moving sideways and it's moving down. When the market's going sideways and down, it's hard to make money from capital gains, right? Where you buy a stock and the price goes up. Remember back in 2020 when everything was doubling in 3 or 4 days or whatever, and everybody was really happy because they were making so much money. Well, now they're getting depressed because they're buying these stocks and the stocks are sinking, then they're sinking even more and even more. And the thing is, I've been making money even in that whole process, because if I own 1,000 shares of a company and I sell the call options every week or every month, whichever frequency I choose. I'm going to show you how to do both monthly and weekly, and I'll explain my preference on what I do and why. I always get my money. I'm always going to have 1,000 shares of that stock if the price keeps going down. If it goes up, then I have to, make some adjustments. But if it's going down, I always have that 1,000 shares of stock, so I can always get income. So in a way, it's like owning a building. It's like owning a building where you got 1,000 units, where you're charging $100, or let's say $400 a month in rent for all those units in that building. Even when the building value goes down, you still get rent from your tenants, right? Every time. So 1,000 shares of stock is 1,000 shares of stock, whether the stock price is $80 or $60. So, but the thing is, though, you still have to be concerned about the value of the building, right? If the value of the building is just plummeting, then that's obviously something you have to think about. Because long term it's going to have an effect, and there are ways to kind of minimize that risk. What do? You buy insurance and stuff like that. Well, you can use options to get insurance to insure your portfolio to protect yourself against downside fluctuations. And we're going to talk about all of that. But basically, what I like about this approach is that it's a great way to generate the consistent income. You can minimize the risk the way you want, or you can increase the risk if you want more risk, and it works. It's something that I really love to do. Let's see, do you use the same brokerage for all stocks or different ones? I use different brokerages. I have accounts with about 4 or 5 different brokerages. Sam, I'm new to the stock market investing. Is this class suitable for me? Thanks so much. Yeah, Sam, you can understand it. I like to believe that if you understand something, you should be able to explain it to a 5-year-old. So not that you're a 5-year-old, you're not a 5-year-old, but I can explain this to anybody. But it does help if we do have the Black Stock Market program, and you may want to consider sitting in on some of those classes to continue to get better with stocks. I think if you understand stocks and options, you can do quite a bit with that. You can learn more stuff, but those are kind of the main two. I can attend July 7th. Will I be able to access the recording? Yes, Latanya, you will have access to the recording for the rest of your life. It's yours. Once it's done, it's yours. And I probably won't teach this class again. I don't plan to teach it ever again. Are you going to teach using lower stock prices? No, I have no one willing to do this, unfortunately. Yeah, I will do that. I will do lower price stocks, higher price stocks, low risk, high risk, medium risk. I will share everything I can possibly share with you about all the different options that you have, because when you're done, I want to make sure you have different, options, pun intended, when it comes to investing. Is there a recommended amount to begin with? Well, if you think about, say, a $7 stock, 100 shares of a $7 stock might cost you $700. So you could think of that as maybe a baseline amount. But really, truth be told, you don't actually have to have any money to learn the process. You could learn the process and then go back, and when you get the money, make the move, or you could get with family members. I remember one of the free bonuses you have is a lecture series on how to form a family investment club. We put about $700 worth of extra stuff in there because we really wanted to make it, a compelling offer. We wanted you to feel good about it, to say, okay, I signed up for this. I really like what I'm getting. And so one of those bonuses is the stock options masterclass, where I talk about the buy side. That's where I break down all the different strategies, the straddles and the strangles and the condors and the butterflies and the spreads and everything else. But then this is all about the sell side. I live on the sell side. I don't hang out so much on the buy side, because the buy side, you can lose money that way. How often do you monitor the market or your account with this? It depends. You can monitor every day. You can monitor once a week. It's once a month even. It depends on how the approach. I'll show you all those approaches if you ask me about that in class. I signed up early and eligible for 2 bonuses. I already own the 2 bonuses offered. Also, most of the master class. May I get the options class and what Dr. Boyce is buying course, please? Let's see here. What Dr. Boyce is buying? Yeah, you can. Yeah, I don't see why not, Carol. Email support@theblackbusinessschool.com. If you have any questions, just email support@theblackbusinessschool.com and talk to them about it. And they have a process in place for allowing you to trade out, because I know some of you have already done the options class. And so if you want to add in something of equal or lesser value, you can feel free to do that. You can swap it out, just like swapping out the green beans for the mashed potatoes. I'm totally okay with that. Recommendations for a 56-year-old getting started. Get started. It wouldn't matter if you were 16 or 20 or 100. Getting started now is the best move to make. Is it low risk? It can be low risk, Juan. It can be low risk or it can be high risk, depending on what you want. The beauty of stock options, what I love about them, is you can decide what you want your risk to be. Think about it like seasoning on food. You can make your food spicy if you want. You can make it non-spicy if you want. You can make it sweet if you want. Options and understanding options allows you to do all of that. You can make your portfolio exactly what you want. And that's how investing should work. There is no one size fits all. You know, that's why when people like, say, a Dave Ramsey says, debt is bad, get rid of all your debt. That's wrong. That's not right. Some of you should have debt. Debt can be a good thing. Debt can accelerate the growth of your portfolio. A debt can allow. Elon Musk would not be a billionaire if it wasn't for debt. He would be broke. He'd be working for, he'd be working for Walmart or something. I don't know, or Microsoft or something. Elon Musk would not be a billionaire if it wasn't for his ability to raise billions of dollars in debt. So, there's no one size fits all when it comes to investing. That's important to understand. Hey, Vera, how are you? I appreciate your time. Let's see, I would like to learn, but I'm traveling out of the country over 2 weeks. How would that work for me? Well, you know what, Vera, all the recordings are available. Everything we do will be recorded. It'll be right there for you whenever you want to jump in. And we'll probably throw in some bonus Q&As and stuff like that. So you can come to those if you'd like, or you can check out the recordings. It's totally up to you. My name is Corey. What brokerage will you be teaching on? I'm going to do E-Trade and Robinhood. Those are the main two that I'm going to focus on for this class. Sterling Russell, my question is, do I have to watch the charts all day for a period of time? No, you do not. We do not. This is not day trading. Day trading is fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I will say, though, however, that the research shows that day trading does not, most day traders don't make money. I don't care how much your guru tells you it's going to be great and change your life. The research, scholars, that's all we do is we look at stuff people are doing and we do research papers and to determine if it's working or not. Most of the research I saw, when I was at Ohio State, almost all of it said that day trading is just like going to the casino. But if you go to a casino and you survey people coming out of the building and you say, did you make money or did you lose money? Well, a bunch of those people are going to say, I made money. I made $500. I made $5,000. Right? So that can trick you. It can trick you into thinking, oh, well, yeah, money's out there for everybody in the casino. No, a lot of people lost money. And also think about this. If they only show you the people who made money, it's easy to come in under the illusion that you're going to make money too. And it's just not always like that. That's just honest God truth. Now, by the way, if you haven't signed up for the program yet, you can still join and get a 25% discount for coming to the Q&A. I'll put the link down here again, but if you're not inside the Zoom and you want to join with a discount, just use the discount code June27. June27, you're eligible for the discount for the next 24 hours. And then after that, it shuts off. So June27, all one word, June27. Let's see here. I have many of your products, but not options. Excited and will join. All right, Larry, well, I can't wait to see it. I'll see you there. And I think you're going to love it. I know you're going to love options. Miriam, I will be traveling on the 7th. Well, I'll be able to get a recording. Absolutely. Let's see. Torel, Doc, when selling covered calls, do you not worry about a scenario where your stock price goes way down? I don't worry about anything, honestly, but I am aware. I'm aware of possibilities, right? So that is a possibility that your stock could go down. So that's where you get insurance. Remember, think about it like being a landlord, where you are charging rent for your apartment buildings or your apartment units in your building. The building value could drop, right? And so, what do? Well, you get insurance and stuff like that to protect you in case the value drops. And so what I would say is, and I'm going to show you guys this, how to basically put what they call a collar on your option strategy so that you can protect yourself against the downside. But remember, this is a personal thing. It's just like insurance. When I go to, do you guys know when I go to Best Buy, I never get the insurance. I never get the insurance. Why do I never get the insurance? Is it because I'm stupid? No, I don't think I'm stupid. I hope you guys don't think I'm stupid. Is it because I'm crazy? No, it's not because I'm crazy. It's because I've chosen to take the risk on myself. I'm insuring myself. That means I know if I get this laptop, it might break on me and I'm gonna have to buy a new one, but I'm willing to take that risk. So by me not paying you a premium, I'm keeping the risk on myself. If I want to get rid of the risk, I pay you. I say, here, take this risk, like take this baby. I don't want this baby, right? And I'm passing the risk to you and I'm paying you to babysit that risk for me. So in a portfolio, you can do the same thing. You can take on the risk yourself and say, you know what, if it goes down, it goes down. I don't care, whatever. Or you could say, no, I don't like this risk. This makes me very nervous. I don't have what is called they call it a risk tolerance in finance. My risk tolerance is not high. I don't like risk. I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to, insure my portfolio, or I'm not going to invest in risky situations in the first place. It's totally okay to do that. What's the link? Oh yeah, if you go to boycewatkins.com, that's another place you can find it. The program's right there. And also you can use that code June 27th, June and then the number 27, all one word, to get 25% off. Those of you that are inside the Zoom, I'll put the link in here too, inside the chat so you guys can see it. Let me pop it in here so you guys have it again. 1 second. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, Colita. Yeah, you can is that Colita or Colietta? I'm sorry. Colalita. Okay. Yeah, you can insure everything in a portfolio. You can manage your risk and balance it out and everything. Let's see here. Okay, so Miss Muhammad says, will y'all put together an annual course release calendar so we can be more prepared for if a class or promo comes out and we want it? That's a good idea. I'm going to bring that to the team, because my team's actually brought that up, and that's a great idea. We haven't done it yet, but that's actually a wonderful idea. Let's see here. What broker do you recommend for this strategy? Well, for the class, we're going to use E-Trade and Robinhood. Dina, what amount of money are we talking about? $20 to $100 weekly. Can you give an example on the $7 to $10 per share, please? I'll give you more examples in class. I can't give a straight example right now just because I don't have anything in front of me. It depends on certain characteristics of the stock. So part of the secret sauce in terms of what we're going to talk about is I'm going to show you guys exactly what process I use to know which stocks this works for. Because there's some stocks that, you know, if I were to do this with, it wouldn't even make you very much money. But the thing is that there are trade-offs, and you have to know what the trade-offs are and if you can live with those trade-offs. So, you know, I guess to give an example, I don't know, I'm trying to think here. Let's say like 2 to 3% per week or something like that. I've seen that, right? So let's say you have $10,000 invested, and 3% of $10,000 is $300. So $300 per week or $1,200 per month. That's a really good ROI. You will never ever in any other field. You can't go into real estate and invest $10,000 and expect to get $1,200 a month or even $800 a month. You know, right? You might get $1,200 per year. But that's it. Can you raise your volume? Let me see if I can. I'm gonna try to do that. Can you guys hear me better? Are you guys able to hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me okay. But you know, that's what I liked about it. And what I also liked about it was not just that the ROI was better than my real estate. I have real estate. You know, me and my wife have over $1 million in property, and the ROI does not come close to this. But the other part of it is that because I'm 50 now, I want my time. I really don't want to work. I don't want to be slaving over a laptop all day long and everything else, you know, or going to 1,000 meetings or traveling all the time. And so I realized, I said, wow, okay, so by deploying capital and by managing in a certain way, I can make my money and not even get out of bed if I don't want to, or I can just spend time with the kids all day and still make as much money as I was making doing other stuff. So this is a powerful strategy. You need low capital to get started. But it's, to me, if you're getting extra money and you're deploying it in that direction, I think it works. I think I know it works. This is exactly what I do to make my own money. So the amounts, if you're, you know, so let's use 2% per week, something like that as a benchmark, 2 to 3%. Some people maybe 3 or 4% per month, but that's still very good, right? So let's say it's 3% per month, which I know a million strategies that could do that. Well, 3% per month is, if you take that over and if you annualize that, you're talking about over 30 something percent per year, over 36% or more per year. You're not getting that on any investment in this economy right now. You're not getting that on most shares of stock that you buy or anything like that. So, you know, the conditions can vary. And again, I'll just show you everything. I'll just kind of lay it all out there. The goal that I have for you is I want you to know what you're doing and know what to look for. I also want you to know enough to know how to create the meal that works for you, the food that you want to eat, so to speak. I want you to be able to go into the kitchen and say, okay, I want tomatoes, I want ketchup, I want mayonnaise, I want steak, right? And make the meal that works for you. Now, what you choose to do may be different, Eric, than what Sabrina chooses to do. But I want you and Sabrina to both know what the different options are so you can pull different levers in order to make those choices, okay? All right, so let's see here. And we get started July 7th, in case you don't know, July 7th at 8 p.m. Eastern. And so if you guys want to go take a look, you can take that link. I put the link in the chat. I think I already put it back in there. Maybe I forgot. You know what? I think I said I was going to put it in there and I didn't. Let me know. Remind me. Y'all know how I am. Y'all know I forget stuff. All right, I'll put it in here anyway. There we go. There's the link. And also for those that are on Instagram, you can just go to boycewatkins.com and you can hit the link. Use the code June 27th, June, the number 27, all together is one word. For the next 24 hours, you can get 25% off. All right, so let's see here. Let me keep going. All right, next question. I'm gonna answer a few more questions. Then my wife is waiting for me to go. She's making me go running, and I have to get my fat butt out here and exercise. Good evening, doctor. During the class, do you guide us with specific stocks to purchase, or will the class give a more general overview? I'll take you to specific stocks. We'll pick the stocks together. Like I'll invest with you. I'm not gonna just say in theory what works. I will show you. I will do it. I will use my own money in order to make the point. Okay. Eric Davis just asking, can I purchase a recording at a later date? Yeah, you absolutely can. Absolutely can. I'll leave the recordings up there and we'll make them available for sure. Let's see, Sabrina, during the class, do you guide us with specific? Okay, wait, I think Sabrina asked that question. Okay. Sterling says, thank you, sir. You're welcome, Sterling. My name is Tony. How big are your class sizes? I'm a beginner. In this class, we're going to have a pretty big cohort. It's going to be several hundred people. And so that's, and I'll answer just a ton of questions and make sure you get everything you need. But yeah, it's a bigger class than usual. That's why actually I think we're going to cap out enrollment pretty soon. So hop in now. You can hop in now, but in a few hours, I think we're going to go ahead and probably end up having to stop that because I don't want it to be too big. All right, let's see here. How much experience is needed before joining the class? What type of knowledge base? I think that if you have the time to go through at least some of the basic material that's already in there, that would be good. I think you should, if you walk in and you still, and you at the very least know that, the difference between the call and the put option, some of the basic terminology, like what is a strike price? What is an option at all, then I'm going to still explain all that, but it'll be easier for you to kind of understand the more advanced concepts. But I'll do it all step by step, and I'll explain it in layman's terms so you can get it. So it's totally up to you to see how you want it. Okay, so let's see. Somebody is in here calling me the N word. Well, he says nigga. Okay, well, you know what? We don't have no niggas in this room. So my brother, you are gone forever. Let me put this person out of here. We don't do that stuff over here. We got positive Black people in the building. We ain't got time for that raggedy stuff. All right, so let's see. Kim Hitchcock. What about the August 4th date? August 4th. I don't know about August 4th. I'm sorry, Kim. You got to remind me. Is there something happening August 4th? I don't know about that. Will just 4 weeks be enough for all the info? Yes. 4 weeks will be enough for us to go through the training module. I was actually going to do it for a weekend, and I realized a weekend isn't enough. I wanted to expand it out to 4 weeks. So 4 weeks is enough. Please, should I have a brokerage account open before class? I think it helps. So again, I mentioned we're going to use E-Trade and also Robinhood, but you can have a brokerage account anywhere if you understand how to buy and sell their options. So it's totally up to you to decide how you want to approach it. All right. Give me 1 second here. All right, there we go. Okay. I thought I blocked the guy, but it looks like I didn't totally block him. All right. The internet's full of so many toxic people. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm just tired of it. I'm totally tired of it. And I'm just, that's what actually just between us, I will tell you, that's one of the reasons why I pivoted to other business ventures, is because the internet is full of so many mentally ill, weird people. And I still will come in, I still come in and I talk to the people that I want to talk to, but it doesn't take much for me to ban people for life. I just ain't got time for that. I'm just, I love my people and I love my community, but when you see what I see, it gets to the point where you're like, my Lord Jesus, like what is wrong with some of the people in our community? I don't want no parts of all that, So I'm still going to be out here. I'm still going to come and talk to you guys. I'm not going anywhere, but the way I'm engaging has evolved tremendously. 5 years ago, I said, I'm not debating and arguing with nobody online, that wants to be ignorant. I want to be a grown man. I want to be an adult. I have children. I'm not out here trying to act like a little kid. But even now, I was in New York and I was having meetings with people to do other things outside of some of this stuff, just because it's just not fun after a while. It's just like, God. So anyway, forgive me. Thank you for letting me go on that tangent, but y'all see what I'm talking about. It's just crazy. All right. So let's see here. Do you cover selling put options? I will cover that briefly. That is not the focus of the course. We're going to focus on calls, but I will show you how to do puts as well. Harry, when will we be able to purchase the recordings at a later time for this course, and where? We will make them available in the Black Business School. So yes, after the fact, the recordings will be available for purchase. We emailed the support team. We're waiting for a response, says Timothy. Will we still be able to enroll? Yeah. If they're not, they should be responding to you quickly. We pay them to respond to people quickly. So make sure you have the right email. It's support@theblackbusinessschool.com, support@theblackbusinessschool.com. And I'm going to actually do a screenshot of what you sent me. I don't like it when I hear that people didn't get a response from the support team. And usually there's a reason. Usually there's a mix up or something. But I'm going to send this over to them personally because they know we don't play that. I want to make sure you guys are happy and well taken care of, and that's very important to me. All right, so let's see here. All right, so Larry Brown says, "Good stuff, Doc. I'm at 6 figures watching you for 3 years." I love that. I love hearing stories like that. I mean, I just love it, love it, love it. And you know, tell your friends. You know, the Black Business School. I think we're very, very good at what we do. Are the room blocks released and available yet to reserve for the A, B, and C? Yes. Tyrone, if you go to allblacknationalconvention.com, there's a link where you can actually get a discount on your hotel. Or you can become a vendor, you can become even a sponsor if you want to and market your business. It's up to you. Just go to allblacknationalconvention.com. How much capital did you start with? Did I start with, Coletta? Colalita, when it came to options? Oh, I started with probably more capital than most people because I've made money for quite a while. So I'm not like a typical investor in that way. You know, I'd say that humbly, but you know, let's see. I'm having a hard time contacting you. Well, if you send me a message, I can take a look at it, Ronaldo. But honestly, I'm a little bit of a hermit. I'm not gonna lie. There's so much going on every day that I don't always have the ability to respond to everything. But send me a message on Instagram. I'll take a look at it. Let's see here. Dr. Boyce, would you also consider doing examples of options trades on Thinkorswim? I will consider it, but I can't say that we're going to be able to do that in the scope of this class with TD Ameritrade because we're going to focus on E-Trade. But Thinkorswim is good. I'll take a look because I do have a TD Ameritrade account. Let's see. Next question. Thank you for everything. You changed my life, says Latanya. Well, that's great. I like hearing that. I really do. Those are the compliments that really move me and get me excited about what we're doing, because that's why I wanted to do this. I want to have an impact. I didn't just want to be, internet famous. I really wanted to get people to do things different from what we were doing before, because most of the wealth problems in the Black community are easily solved. Just most people just don't know, right? So hopefully now we know. All right, so listen, what do you think of Fidelity? Asked Valerie. I like Fidelity. I think Fidelity is good, high quality. Does selling options remove the risk? No, it doesn't remove all the risk entirely. It just, but it does shift some of the risk. It's almost like taking on a business partner. You just kind of selling the option and you're saying, okay, if the stock goes up, we both make money, as opposed to me making all the money. It's just like when an author writes a book, they'll sometimes sell the option for the book to a Hollywood studio, where the studio won't make the movie, but they might actually just own the option to make the movie. Okay, so a couple more questions, and then I'm going to bounce on out of here. Will there be a hands-on component to the class? Absolutely. I will do a lot of screen sharing, lots of field trips, and you will get a chance to do a lot of things right alongside me. Do we still get bonuses buying classes now? Bonuses, yes, you still get the bonuses now. I'll put the link in here, and you guys can have the bonuses. This is because you guys came to the chat, so I made this available for you guys while you're here. So let me pop this in here before I go. My wife is waiting on me. We're about to go running, so let me get on out of here. But I'm going to share this with you, and if you go to and if you don't see the link, if you just go to the if you're on Instagram, you hit the link in the bio. Just look for the income generating class using stock options. And when you get there, use the code June 27th, all one word, June, the number 27, all one word, and you get 25% off. And that's good for the next 24 hours. All right. And let's see. Aisha says, thanks so much for all you do. I also sent you a message on IG. Please check. Yes, I will. I'm going to go try to check it right now. All right, guys. I'm going to get on out of here. And actually, we're not meeting every Saturday. Tequila, we're actually meeting on Thursday nights. And thank you for saying that my wife is awesome, Pamela. I appreciate that. I will tell her what you said, and I'll reach back out to you guys again soon. Maybe we can do another Q&A before we actually jump into the class. But go through some of the material now. You can log in right now. There's so much stuff in there right now that you can literally just go nonstop until the beginning of class and learn a ton. So don't feel like you have to wait till July 7th. If you want to get started today, jump in now. The stuff that's there is good. It's quality. We've done reviews. We surveyed the students. They loved it. And the live stuff, July 7th, is just sort of the next step on that. Okay. All right, guys. So have a good night. It's great to see you. And God bless you all. And I'll talk to you guys soon. So take care now.